Hey everyone, it's Aaron from WPKB, and in this video I'm going to introduce you to a plugin called Stream. It allows you to keep track of basically all the changes that are going on your website. I've got the plugin installed, and you can see that over in the left hand menu I have the Stream menu item where we can get to stream the settings and see the extensions. But what I thought was pretty cool that I wanted to show you first was this widget in the dashboard, in the home page of the dashboard. You can see we're currently getting a fair bit of spam from this particular user. You can see I've just updated a post here, which is also pretty cool. What we'll do now is we'll go into Stream and then just into the Stream, and you can see it now. It's really cool actually. You can customize it a little bit and decide what you'd like to see on this screen. You can see all these records here: date, summary, author, connector, etc. You can turn bits and pieces off if you want them not to be there. And something that I think is really useful is to enable live updates. It's not on by default. I'd suggest turning it on. And then in here you can actually see everything that's happening. And yeah, you can see all of those spam comments coming through, which Akismet is very good at stopping for us, of course. And you can see this update that I've just made here. So any changes that are made in the dashboard, you create a new user, change your password, change your profile, create posts, edit posts, pages, you name it, it keeps track of it here. If you have a website where you've got a lot of people who have access to the dashboard, or maybe you've only got a few people that have access to the dashboard, but someone's changing something and you can't find who it is, or they're not owning up to it, then you can install Stream and keep track of that really easily. You can even really drill down here with these various filters to see what you'd really like to get to. And there's a few settings for it as well, which are also really cool and give you all the power that you really need. So in here we can define the role access, so who can actually see it. By default, only the administrator can. If you want to change that, you can just uncheck and check boxes as you see fit. You know, maybe you've got someone logging in and changing posts on an editor. Maybe they're an author, so what you do is make sure the editor could actually see those. You can enable private feeds as well, where people can go into their user profile page, or for, at least in this case, administrators and editors can, and get a key to access the private feed in order to access the stream securely. You can also choose how long you keep the records for, 90 days being the default. If you should choose, you can actually delete the actual database by clicking this link. There's also a few things we can choose to exclude here. So maybe certain authors and certain roles you don't want to be tracked. What you can do, maybe I don't want to be tracked, I can turn that off. Maybe I don't want contributors to be tracked, I can just do that very easily. You can define what connectors you don't want to be tracked. Maybe you don't really care about media. You can do that really easily, as well as contexts, actions, IP addresses. And finally, you can hide previous records. So any past records that match those rules will be hidden from view. There's also a pretty good range of extensions available for Stream as well. You can install them through here. You can see they've got cherry pick data exporter, reports, and notifications of WooCommerce. They all have their pros and cons, of course. Cherry picker is pretty good for being able to delete particular records from the stream if you don't want them to be there, if maybe they're a little bit sensitive. The data exporter, which is pretty neat, which allows you to, well, obviously export the data from Stream into a format that you like. And so on. So we're not going to go through all these extensions now. You do need an account to actually get them all up and running and to get updates. But other than that, it's really cool. Great way to keep track of what's happening on your website. Make sure you've got a gauge of who's doing what. So if you're having any problems with maybe users, or something's going on you can't really figure out what, Stream might be a great option for you. If you have any questions about this or anything we've covered today, please feel free to ask in the comments below.